Welcome back to another episode of First Diamond BNI Chapter Podcast. Today we're gonna dive into the world of AI with Jakub. I have Jakub today as our guest. Very warm welcome, Jakub.
Thank you. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Jakub, before we go any forward, can you explain us in a nutshell what do you do and what industry you're in?
Of course. My name is Jakub Šťáhlavský, and I'm the founder of Innovative AI Garage. So basically what we do, we focus on companies, helping them use AI and, helping them streamline their processes, improve their decision making, and just make sense of the whole AI world.
Amazing. Yeah. Sounds easy and simple when Jakub says it, but every time when I listen to you, I'm like, what is going on? That's amazing. Now, Jakub, how long have you been part of BNI?
Since last May,
Amazing.
Going for a year.
Amazing. 1 year mark about to be done. Great. What made you join BNI?
I was initially invited by Eliška, a member of BNI, or her colleague Max. So BNI Networking Works, and I visited the First Diamond group, and I liked the energy, and I liked the idea of building relationships, building networks, because I think that can go a long way in business.
I absolutely love that question or that answer, and that alley-ooped me so well into our next question that was just brilliant. Now, how do you think? Where would your business be today if you didn't join BNI, converse to where it is today since you joined?
It's hard to say, of course. This is the question.
Yeah.
But I can imagine we would need another sales channel. BNI is great at discovering new opportunities, even collaborations. So working with some experts in their fields and putting forces together. Maybe it would take longer to find some collaborations. Maybe develop more. So that's maybe could be the difference.
Love that, and I love that you mentioned sales pipeline. That's so crucial, and I feel like nobody in our previous episodes has actually used that for BNI, and that's so immensely important. For example, myself, I only use BNI as my sales pipeline, and that's such a brilliant way of putting it on top of the networking, of course. Now, let's talk a little bit more about AI Garage, which is the company name. How big is your company? Who is involved? Where does the company stand at today?
So we're basically more about having a strong network of collaborations. We work with a Portuguese company, for example, who they focus on building AI images for fashion industry. But we also have different experts, and we're at the core of our company. We are about 10 people, but it's more somehow external as well. But at the core, we are like that, and we have divided it into more. A world where we focus on the processes and consulting companies, and then building the AI solution as such. So the tech guys.
Very nice, very nice. Very complicated job. I can never change shoes with those guys. Great. And does any collaboration come in mind when it comes to BNI? Like anything that was like, oh wow, like we really gained a good collaboration or a good business deal because of BNI?
Well, it's with AI, you always try to figure out how it can help the companies, because we don't want this to be something far off the reality. We want to be hands-on and really something that brings the company's value. So we always value actually every conversation with a company. So we try to figure out, okay, what are their challenges? What processes do they do? It always amazes us how it works sometimes at companies. So we value that, and only that brings value alone. And then we work, Simon on different projects, like he's specialist on marketing and websites. So there goes a project which comes a long way. But also we've worked for a lawyer, which also was a field where we thought, it might be hard to tap that water, because of course you need to be very precise, and but we were able to discover that as well, and then it works. So I think it's opened new doors and new opportunities.
I love that. See, guys, I asked Jakub to tell one, and here he goes listing 5 options of what has been amazing collaboration.
Hard to pick one.
I love it. Now, when it comes to BNI, and as everybody is aware at this point when they're watching these episodes, BNI is about networking and doing it very effectively. So what we want to always do to give some wisdom nuggets to our followers and listeners is we want to give them tips how to network better. So from your end, since every week you're meeting new people and networking in BNI and outside of BNI, what would be your tip for networking?
If it only is one, I think it's consistency. It really it has its point that it's weekly, that you meet these people, you build trust, and you see how they work. Because for me, if I go into a collaboration in the name of the company, then it's important for me to know that they really good at their job. So we put forces together, and you are not able to do that after one meeting, even 2 months, even 3 months. You need to build trust. You need to work together, talk to each other, and then I think it comes naturally then, that you see, oh, I have this client, maybe I could use some help over here. So, or they need something else, then we provide, and then I already know someone in BNI, and I go for referral. Yeah.
I love that. I love that you just casually put our core values into that answer. That was just really good. Consistency as a tip. I don't think we've had that before. We've had great tips and some repetitive, but that one is a great tip to have indeed. And for those who have never visited BNI chapter, that's exactly it. It's weekly networking, really diving in deeper into those relationships, just so you really make that connection, and eventually you might have some business for them or some collaboration opportunities. So I love that tip. Stay consistent. Not everybody is capable for that, but it is a very handy tool definitely to have. Great. Now, Jakub, what would you tell to someone when we're talking about AI? And there's a lot of people who think I can get better just by networking through ChatGPT, for example, and asking some tips and everything. How much AI helps with networking, in your opinion?
It can be of great help. So if you put in a lot of information that what AI loves, then it can really help you forge the business networks even more with follow-ups or different ideas how you can collaborate with each other. Because with AI, you always get some of a kind consultant. You can talk to them about anything you can imagine. If you build your own avatar or anything you can imagine, then you can just talk to them and spitballing ideas, and then it breaks you to another level, even challenge AI, with some ideas which might sound crazy, but then AI can think of something that might be even crazier, and then you see, okay, that works actually. So this could be, it could also remind you of that, you needed to send something to XYZ. It's important to keep in touch because, as I said, the consistency and accountability, these are very important, and AI can help you do that better and then come up with ideas. So I think if you put those together, it could be a great help.
I love that. And that might be a good help for everybody networking of, if you're a little nervous going to a networking event, maybe tell ChatGPT what type of event you're going to and ask, what questions should I ask from these people? I do that every time when I go to a networking event. But that's definitely a handy little tool to really challenge the norm and have some outside of the box questions, for example, for people.
And so always share everything with the AI regarding that event, networking event. Be as specific as possible. What are you really going in for? Who might be there, who is the speaker, what type of situation is that.
I love that. Yeah, I just pop always in ChatGPT, the whole website, and I just said, here you go, that's what we're talking about. I love it. Okay, now, in BNI, and for those who are not aware of it, we have these one-to-one meetings, which are meeting one-to-one with individual. How would you implement AI with the one-to-ones? I'm fishing so many nuggets from you today because I was so excited to have our AI guy in the podcast. So how would a BNI member, let's say from another country or another chapter, how could they implement AI within their one-to-ones and have it more effective this way?
I think there are many ways. The most obvious one is transcript. So you get transcript of the whole conversation with your one-to-one, and then it can do a summary and to-do and follow-ups for you. So you already know what you talked about, what are the most pressing points, although you probably take notes. AI can even help you further because maybe you forgot something or there are some to-dos that you forgot. And with one-to-ones, it is also important to be prepared. In advance, you should send some information about yourself, maybe, so you don't so to speak, waste time. It's like, and you get to even maybe more personal questions and know the people more than just what they do in the business side. So AI can help you with the preparation, maybe write something about you and then what you can send, or maybe your referrals, or if you don't know exactly who you're searching for, the ideas, where is my direction in a company, who would be my ideal referral. It can help you, as I said before. It can really challenge you as well. Not you only, the AI, but AI can challenge you as well and say, okay, maybe this could be the direction which you never thought before, or you never trusted yourself in that direction. So in the preparation, then of course in the interviews as such, so with the transcript, and also after that with all the follow-ups, the summary, the transcription and everything. So AI can be a really powerful tool, and you can then, of course, if you have your CRM, you can automate it so that you already have everything in your data at one place, which is also unbelievable. And then from there, it goes all around your business, that if you have your data in very good manner, then you can send more information, or you can find it more easily, and it can bring you a whole lot better.
I'm so happy this is recorded, because all I wanted to do is just start taking notes right now, what I should be doing on my one-to-ones. Amazing. Thank you, Jakub, so much. Now, to conclude this episode, we're gonna have another episode to ask even deeper about AI and Jakub's life and Jakub's business. But to conclude our BNI episode for today, what's your goal for this year, for the upcoming year fully? BNI related or outside of BNI related in the business? What's the biggest goal?
I think it goes hand in hand. Of course, the company is a very good stage now. We're having a lot of success in the Czech Republic, and we're now expanding to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, so DACH region. And with BNI, it's even easier because you have access to this whole world network, so we can be in the middle of that, be in the groups, talk to the people, what their needs are, what maybe they would need, the companies, get new contacts, building relationships before you even go in there. So I think this is one big thing for us. And also, always work on each other in a company, because with AI, it's not easy because it's so rapidly evolving. You need to learn every day. So we have that implemented in our company by the core values, and I think that brings us even further.
I love that. And it helps you a little bit that you do speak German as well. So it makes it a little easier to get to the German community, for sure. Yeah. Now, Jakub, to end our episode, before we do that, can you tell our listeners, what should they remember you by?
I think maybe the reason why I even started AI or this company, it could be anything else, but I always wanted to help people from young age, and then growing up I moved a lot, and I always needed to adapt to different cultures, ways of thinking, and so on. So I've learned two important lessons, and that is, one is empathy. So you really try to understand the other person, and also recognize the people's, what they need, right? So I think those two shaped my future. I always wanted to be in that area. Whenever I was, those 9 years in Vienna, helping to those companies or moving back to Czech Republic, I always tried to figure out how I could help people and businesses. And then I saw this opportunity that AI is not just, some technology, some futuristic concept. It really helps. It's a tool that helps the people, helps the companies. So I think really someone who tries to help people, help the businesses, and if it's by AI, and then perfect. I think I really truly believe in that. But we always look this at a holistic approach. So this was always my motto as a project manager. I mean, now also in AI, I always try to have the whole perspective in mind. And that would be great if they reminded me by that.
I love that so much. And I can vouch for that. I have had multiple times. I'm a little bit of a boomer. For those who have seen previous episodes, I've called myself out before. And every time when I'm talking with Jakub and I'm like, hey, Jakub, can we do this? And I'm like, this is way too much probably. And Jakub is like, yeah, easily. And then he's explaining it so simple, and it makes me feel a little less of a boomer. But yes, thank you, Jakub, so much. You truly have the true passion of helping people. It's visible every single week in our meetings, and we appreciate you as a member. So thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Amazing. And we're going to see you in the next episode when we dive in deeper into Jakub's life and his business and getting couple wisdom nuggets about AI as well. See you there.